Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jillian. I offer spiritual growth for the rebel soul, that person that isn't afraid to go against the grain, to be authentic, to speak their truth, and to discern what their own truth in the world is. So, I am also the founder of the 3 stages of the healer's path and my unique framework, the pathway, in order to gain purpose, partnership, and prosperity in your life, which will enable you to have true fulfillment. Now, as my job as a psychic medium, past life healer, and coach, I am very sensitive to energies, and this solar eclipse is very much one of those. So I wanted to go into what is the energy of this solar eclipse and how that's impacting us individually and how it's impacting the collective and what's actually happening in the world. And when I'm tuning into the energy of it, I mean, firstly, you may be really tired. The past 5 days, I have been having naps. I've been really in and out of tiredness, and I've really needed that rest to nurture, because for many of us, we are going through an upgrade. We're going through an energy upgrade. We are letting go of what no longer serves us, and that is psychologically, in our psyche, mentally, physically, and even in like our physical space. So as an example, today I have been clearing out my whole house. Like, I have been moving things around. I have been just chucking things in the garage. To be fair, I need to take that and give them away and give them to charity, which I will do, but I just needed them out of my space. And for many of us that are on this path of healing, or are on this path to growth and understanding who we truly are and what we're here to do in the world, which is the healer's path, that is the path of ascension, we've been asking for more. We've been asking for understanding ourselves at a deeper level. We've been asking to go to that next level in our relationships and our business, whatever that looks like for you. And in order to be able to do that, we need to let go of the things that aren't serving us. And we need to, I call it, clear energetic space. So be that we're clearing things again from our past, our emotions, the things that we're unconscious of, our old habits, limiting beliefs, and behaviors. We are shifting those at an energetic level. And if you've been doing the work, then you know that you've been doing this, right? And also, when we've been calling in bigger manifestations in our life, whatever that looks like for you, we have to clear out space to become an energetic match to the things that we truly desire. So whether that is, again, growth within our business, to understand our purpose at a deeper level, to go deeper into who we are, to develop or create the most beautiful like spiritual relationships in our life, we have to shift out the things that are holding us back and keeping us at this kind of more dense frequency, so that we can, again, just be this vibrational match for what we truly desire and what we're calling in. And this also includes clearing space in our house. So I've noticed, and this is a pattern for me, anytime that I'm going through big energetic growth, one, I get tired, so I need to have like random naps, and I feel myself reverberating. Like, my cells, when I'm in these like deep naps during the day, which I just don't usually ever take, my body just is like, my cells are reverberating, because our cells are made of energy. They are just pure energetic like molecules, protons and neutrons. And when they are moving and shifting, like, I physically feel it. Like, I feel like I'm vibrating from the inside. So like this, if you're a sensitive creature too, you may also feel upgrades in that way. Again, yawning again is a big thing. So we're releasing our energy through yawning, releasing energy through like movement. Again, the shaking potentially, and the tiredness. Like, those are the symptoms that I've been personally feeling. So they might show up differently for you, but also, and again, this has been corroborated by many other people that I know in my life, that they've just been wanting to clear out their space. They've been wanting to move. They've been wanting to create more space in their home. They are looking at ways to, just completely declutter. So this is literally every area of our life. Like, we're creating that space to call in our manifestations, to up level ourself in some way, So we need to clear space. We need to create more space in our physical environment, in our internal environment, to be able to hold the energetic expansiveness of what we're being calling in. And this is definitely what I feel like this eclipse has really been helping us to do. It's really been shifting things. Like, I couldn't focus on anything else today until I got this done. Like, I needed to go do some, like, go to Bunnings and try and get this and this so I could fully clear out my space. And I'm seeing this showing up in the wider world with a lot of the, let's say, scandals or conspiracies that we've been seeing show up in, like, the celebrity world. Now, it's really interesting because this has been coming up a lot for me to talk on, is these scandals around like celebrities like p.diddy and the documentary that just came out around Nickelodeon and Amanda Bynes, and all around essentially, how can I say this? Harnessing energy. So with these particular examples, and I'm talking about Epstein and all the things that involve, let's say, human trafficking or the ritualistic abuse of, and I'm gonna say it, minors. And, like, again, for legal purposes, this is all entertainment. This is alleged. This is my opinion. It's like the veil is thinning with this eclipse, and we're really being shown what is happening in the world, like what has really been happening at this deeper energetic level. And it's been playing out right in front of us. It's been playing out in these industries like the entertainment industry, because entertainment is a place that gets so much attention, where people get put on these pedestals, people are making a lot of money, and you and I are, you know, glued to the headphones, glued to our screens, and where our attention goes, energy flows. So, and this is going off topic a little bit, but, like, I'll just speak on it because that's what's coming through, is there are different vibrations of energy, and let's call them the energetic elite, right? These are the energetic beings that are not so great, but they rule the world based on fear, control, wealth accumulation, and power. And in order to do that, they will never do that in a way that is fair and just and enough for all. It is very much an uneven power dynamic. And again, we've seen this show up with all the things that we've been seeing in the news and the media around the celebs, the Epsteins, the R. Kellys, all of this stuff. It's an absolute abuse of power and control, and for the majority over minors. And where this is showing up is because we are awakening, right? Like let's just be honest, we are awakening. We are starting to see what's really been happening, and it's playing out in front of us in the news media, where in the past, and this has been for centuries, where the human race has been held down, where many of us have not been able to reach our fullest potential because we've been in a space of control and fear and scarcity. Like, we're now starting to come out of that, and we're seeing where we've been like glamorized, and we can see where we've been misled. And a lot of the stuff that's been happening in the celebrity world for people to get to that level of power is because they are abusing the power and the energy source that is coming from other people. So when we are looking at the TV, when we are, like, praising these artists, we are giving them energy, we're giving them power that is raising their wealth. And this is going to be another video, but ultimately what's happening is there's starting to be a shift of power, because a lot of these people that are in these power, these bigger statuses with lots of wealth and money and whatever else, it's because they have made a deal with, I'm going to say it, the devil, and they have been promised certain things but have to partake in, let's say, rituals that are of the abusing nature of minors. So again, this is for entertainment purposes. This is all alleged. This is my opinion, and what I'm being channeled through is that there is this purity of energy that is being siphoned through a lot of different souls from a young age through ritualistic abuse that has led to certain people becoming seen and glamorized as powerful people, and people that we want to watch, and people that we want to be like, and people that we admire. But it's actually all false. It's being done under these pretenses of it's ultimately magic, right? It's like occult magic that a lot of people have been consciously or unconsciously have agreed to on some level. And what I'm getting through is that for some of these people, they have agreed to it on a soul level, and for some of the victims of this, and I'm going to say, like, for example, Amanda Bynes, who I do believe is a victim, I do believe that they were coerced and misled into signing a contract on an etheric level before they were embodied to being part of this ritualistic cycle. And it's like a karmic cycle, and this is how I've seen it before. And even with myself, when I've done a lot of my own soul work, I've seen that many souls were tricked into agreeing to a contract of being part of this cycle and becoming a victim, so that their energy could be harnessed through sexual exploitation and continue to facilitate the growth and the greed and the power of many people. And this is what is coming up to really be broken. It's like the spell is now being seen for what it is, and there's so many people coming out and call it the Me Too movement, for example. Like many women are now standing up to this systematic abuse that has been happening for generations. And like, this is really the time that we're seeing a shift in what used to create these positions of power. I believe it's no longer going to happen when people start to awaken, and when people start to understand the horrific things that have been done to people in order to harness their energy. And the easiest way to harness energy for your own purpose and growth is through sexual energy. Like, that's a whole other video, but these are practices that have been done in a ritualistic fashion in order to steal the soul and steal the energy of young people. And again, why I'm saying minors, because minors hold an innocence of their energy, and that's what these people see as very powerful to harness. And then this is where you see all of these child actors going into their own abuse cycles, going into drug addictions, alcohol addictions, and really becoming unstrung. Like, we're seeing it all the time with all these celebrities that were child stars, looking like they've gone mad, and looking like they've lost it, or looking like they've gone into like dying through drugs, and it's actually not real. Like, what happens when we are sexually assaulted or abused at a young age, and it definitely in a ritualistic factor, we split off from our soul because the trauma is too much. And that's what I see for a lot of these the child musicians, child actors, these people that were in the entertainment industry that have fallen victim to this cycle of systematic abuse, is that they have they have like split off their souls and they are no longer in their body. Like even when I tune into certain energies like Britney Spears, again, this is all for entertainment purposes, I need to say that, when I tune into her, it's like her body has been hijacked. And when we try and numb our pain through prescription drugs, through actual drugs, through alcohol, through sex, through whatever, we are opening a portal where we are basically not within our body. We are escaping our body because it doesn't feel good to be in our body. So when we vacate our body, it leaves our body, our level of our consciousness, free and open for other lower vibration entities to take hold of that and start to influence and control us. And I do believe that's what's happened to Britney Spears. I do believe that she was medicated and through prescription drugs essentially left her body, like her consciousness left her body. And when I tune into her, I see like there's part of her that's still connected via this string, but she's not in her body. Like she's out in the etheric realm somewhere. Whether it's a different dimension or not, I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like she's just hanging on by a thread is how it's coming through. And there's actually some other entity or entities that are like ruling her body, that are actually in her vessel, and it feels extremely void. It feels very empty when I tune into the energy of that. So this eclipse, going back to what I was initially saying about the eclipse, this eclipse is really for us to let go of all the things that we are not an energetic match for, but also it's really opening and shining a light on all of the horrific monstrosities that have been happening in our wider world, that people have been using for centuries to gain power and acclaim over other people. And this is where I feel like it's like the start of an end. Like lots of things are gonna be coming to light this year that are going to continue to like waken more people up, to the things that have been happening, that have happened to them and how that's affected them, and how it's time to start their healing journey, or also things that have potentially happened to people's children. So again, this is like a interesting one, but I felt very called to talk upon it because that's been coming through very, very strongly for me with this eclipse energy, is around this sexual exploitation that has been happening in the world for greed, power, control, and money. And it feels like this eclipse is shedding light on those shadows for healing to begin on a mass scale. And yeah, and it feels like this is a time for awakening. And I also feel like this is going to really resonate with some people that are going to see this. And just know that you're not alone, and know that this is a huge time of awakening when it comes to these particular topics around power, control, having our power taken away, having our power stolen. But I'm just here to tell you that you can reclaim that. Like, this is your time to reclaim who you truly are, because you absolutely can, and to never give your power away, consciously or not, to anybody else, because this is your life and no one else could ever own you or pretend to own you. And it's just something I feel very passionately about. And this is something that I support my clients with, to find their authentic self, to heal from all of the parts of them that are impacting them, that they really need to let go of and heal and surrender, so that they can live their fullest potential, and then they can do that from a beautiful open heart space. So that was the energies of the eclipse and how that is influencing what is happening in the wider world right now, with all the things that are happening with the celebrities and the news. And if you want to know more, then all my details are here and how you can work with me or get in contact with me. And other than that, I'm going to leave you guys with this for the eclipse.